Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Industria Regrowth. I'd like to take the time to point out a few things that I've done off camera. First off is the tree farm. Previously I had one row of 3. I have now extended it to 2 rows of 3, so I can now grow 6 trees at once. I suppose technology will allow future expansion, but I'm not there yet. Secondly, I've dug out that little bit of a corridor there, which also extends here around this wheat farm altogether, which is now about 3/4 of the way around. Next up, we're going to go down here to the crossbreeding area. Now, I set up the crossbreeding last episode, and all of the plants I've managed to get harvested, and they are now mature. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest the pumpkin. I'm going to harvest the water artichokes. And I'm going to harvest the nature seeds. And now I'm going to have a look at my quest book, because I believe I've got some quests that are completed. So let's start with the nature seeds quest. Now, I can do this magical fertilizer, but not quite yet. Let's go back one here. There we go, the life of the world. And there's the pumpkin seeds quest, which is complete. That gives me 8 pumpkin pie as a reward. And the water artichoke seeds I now have, which gives me, let me claim the reward, water artichoke globes. And now I have a few new options for crossbreeding. So let's begin with barley. Okay, so it's wheat and sugarcane to get barley. So what do I have as far as wheat goes? I know I'm somewhat limited in my seed department. Actually, I think I'm okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a seed. And I think I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a bunch of extra crop sticks as well, while I've got the opportunity. Let me think here. Actually, which chest was it again? Ah, right, it was this one. Alright. But I probably shouldn't put these seeds up quite yet, until I verify that I won't need them for the next round of crossbreeding. But there we go. So that's the essence seed out of the picture. So let's get the wheat seeds growing. Wheat and sugarcane should give me barley. Next up is poppy seeds, which requires pumpkin and sugarcane. So I'm going to have to wait on that. Snowbell. Okay, so it requires mandrake and water artichoke. So I've got the mandrake there. I'm going to have to remove the belladonna, and I'm going to check something about the snowbell seeds. Okay, so it's regular farmland. Okay. I think I'm going to have to dig up that water pad, actually. Yeah, so let's go ahead and put that up. I'm going to have to get my mattock out. There we go. And I'm also going to want the clay water bucket. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to turn that into a water pad. Fill that up. Plant the seed there. Then I'll put the water artichoke seed there. And since I have nothing to gain from keeping those 2 seeds around at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and remove those. For the instant, anyway. Alright. Essence, I've got my essence chest up here. So I'll go ahead and put the essence of nature there. I went into the crossbreeding before I actually finished the base tour, didn't I? Oh well. Anyway, let's see. Seeds were this chest down here, so let's put all of the seeds that I got in there. Alright, belladonna's going to go there. I could put the water artichokes in there. I think I'll put the lily pads and the pumpkin pies up. Pumpkins I can put in there. Essence dust up there. And I'll hold on to the clay bucket for now. Now, allow me to finish my base tour real quick. The wheat, as you can see, is about 3/4 of the way grown. The essence seeds made it all the way around. Once I took the last seed analyzed it, and it was 888. So I'm expecting that the wheat and skeleton farms, when they get around to the same point, will likely be 888, give or take. Alright, I can go ahead and harvest these two skeleton soul plants. They've made their way a little less than a quarter of the way around, I'd say. And finally, I flattened that area down to basically sea level. I did have to fill in part of the cavern that was underneath all of that. That was a not insignificant amount of work. Alright, now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the skeleton essences that I've been gathering. I'm going to take them over here, and I want bones. 4 bones, which I can then turn into 12 bone meal. Now I could use the bone meal directly, but the other thing I could do is throw the bone meal in the mana pool, and it gives me floral fertilizer. And don't let me forget, I should probably fill this clay bucket back up with water. Yes, there are mobs right outside my walls. Nothing I can really do about it at this point. My walls are only 1 block thick. I don't really have the materials to widen them. Let me actually grab the horn of the wild here. I'm going to need it. And since I got some floral essence, or floral fertilizer rather, it would be a good time, I think, to get some more flowers. Because I know I'm going to need lots of flowers for the next stage of the challenge. And lots of flowers of various colors at that. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the flowers up. And actually, let me go ahead and put the horn of the wild up as well. Now, we've got all sorts of plant resources, and we've got even more that we can get later on. Let's see what the world is made of. I think this is the quest line I want to go with. There's a couple different directions. Well, technically there's 3, but this requires a regular infusion stone, and well, I'm nowhere near that point. I need iron essence, dye essence, coal essence, copper essence, and tin essence. And to get those reliably, I'm going to need all 5 types of seeds. In fact, there's actually a 6th type of seed that I can get, but I'm not really able to get it at this time. Because there's actually a quest that I need to complete. Alright. Well, step 2 is the dye seed. And this one I believe is a bit simpler. It is. So it's an essence seed. And thankfully I got a lot of essence seeds when I harvested the essence farm and reset it. So I'm good there. 2 weak essence is great. And now what colors do I need? Black, red, green to start off with. So let's get the pestle and mortar. And then I want a black, a red, and a green. What's the next 3? Brown, blue, gray, yellow, and white. So brown, blue, gray, yellow, and white. Alright, so let's turn all of those into petals. Brown, blue, gray, yellow, and white. And now I'm going to go ahead and put 1 petal of each of these colors up in the petals tab of this compartment. Yellow and white. And then I'm going to grab my wand of the forest and my last living rock. And that reminds me, first off, I've got another trio of pure daisies. And I've got a got more than a stack of cobblestone. So I'm actually going to go ahead and turn this cobblestone into smooth stone. The idea being that once I turn into smooth stone, I can then turn it into living rock. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the wand of the forest out. Wait a minute, I never put the runic altar down, did I? No, I did not. Let's fix that real quick. Yeah, alright, let's put the runic altar here. Wait, no. Let's actually put it here. And then I need to aim the mana spreader at the runic altar. Uh-oh. Well, that's not great. Alright, and let's drop everything. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I missed an important step. I need to turn these all into floral powders. But that's easy enough to sort out. Alright, there we go. Pick up the pestle and mortar. Alright. And now let's drop the floral powders in. And now I should be able to start that up. Yep, there we go. The diocese are starting to be created. Oh, wow. That torch was in the way. Huh, who would have thought? Alright, well, mana pool is doing alright. But still only about an eighth of the way full. I mean, that's more than a bit of mana for the immediate needs. But in the long term, I'm going to need more. Alright. It's nice to see that the essence seeds are growing quickly. I'm not going to harvest them quite yet, though. That's taking a while. Probably because I'm actually pulling mana directly from all of my generators as opposed to the mana pool. Actually, what do I have for living wood? Not quite enough. Let's see. Should I cut down a couple trees and get living wood that way? Yeah, and I should probably also go ahead and get some more dirt as well. There we go. Dirt. But of course that poses a problem with placement of that torch. Thankfully that does not pose a problem with anything else. Alright. Well, let's see here. What I could do, I suppose, is dig out another 3x3 area here. There we go. I'm going to need to dig that up just a little bit. Now I can put down this dirt. Put down the pure daisy. And yes, I know I'm over my crossbreeding area. I'm okay with that for the moment. Alright. Well, let's cut down a couple of trees. Actually, I may have to cut down this whole farm. Just because otherwise the saplings aren't going to fall. And I won't be able to really replant this. Alright. Well, that's 3 trees down. And the 3 harder spruce trees to go. Harder only because they're taller, I should point out. On average, anyway. Alright, and that was one of the 3 spruce trees. Nice. Exactly the right height for me to cut down with that technique. Alright. More spruce wood. Hey. Well, look, not really that hard. Alright, I'm going to take most of the oak wood and turn it into living wood. The other thing I'm going to do at this point, and this is purely aesthetic, is I'm going to give a little bit of definition to the corners of the storehouse. But that's not that hard in the grand scheme of things. A little bit of spruce wood, do the job quite nicely. Eat a little bit of bread. Alright. And there you have it. Now, let me see if my dye seed is done. And indeed it is. So let's throw a living rock on top. Et voila. One dye seed. And for this one, I am going to take the weak essence as my reward. There we go. And now I need to put the seeds up for the moment. I cannot realistically do anything with them. And the same with the weak essence. Yeah, I could really stand to clean up my inventory a bit. There we go. Put up the wand of the forest as well. Go ahead and harvest my living wood. There we go. That's 10, and now I know I'm going to have enough for at least one spreader, and probably 2 spreaders. There we go. Alright, so let's get our oak saplings down. And let's follow suit with the spruce as well. There we go. The wheat's still making its way around. I don't know why I went that way. I am going to grab a petal. I think I'll grab the white petal for this. And then... Okay, hold on a minute. Let me clean up my inventory just a little bit. That means putting up the saplings. That means... Actually, I think I'll hold on to the crop sticks. So I'll put up the mattock and the hatchet. I'm actually going to go ahead and put up all but the 7 living wood I need. But I also need a wand of the forest. So, let's go ahead and make one more mana spreader. Actually, I might need the hatchet. Let's pick up the mana spreader. Wait, no, it's the runic altar that I need to pick up. So let's redirect the mana spreader to the mana pool. I'm going to go ahead and put down the runic altar. I'm going to put the mana spreader there. And then I'm going to actually link that to the runic altar for the time being. I don't have immediate need for a clayconia. Or perhaps I should say I don't have an immediate need for clay. Alright. I can harvest the skeleton soul seeds. It looks like this one's probably got a gain of 10, so I expect that to be 10, 10, 10 by the time it makes it all the way around. I'm not expecting any difficulty with that. The wheat, of course, hasn't made it all the way around yet. The essence was 888. I expect the wheat to be in that vicinity. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this load of wheat up so that I can use it later. Alright, let's go ahead and put up some more essences. And now let's see if we can't get this cuprous conduction task completed. In order to complete this, I need 16... Actually, I've got the 16 clay, don't I? Yes, I do. Alright, I need 4 weak essence. And 16 floral orange powder, which requires 8 flowers and the pestle and mortar. So turn the flowers into petals, turn the petals into powder, submit it manually, and complete the quest and get my first essence of copper. And that opens up 2 more quest lines. The Ferric Fidelity and the Carbon Connection. And I think I'm actually going to do the Ferric Fidelity as the next task here. Alright, so it's 8 weak essence that one requires. There we go, 8 weak essence. Check the color, it's gray powder. So I need 8 mystical gray flowers. And 16 red sand. There we go. Now I can submit that and get my essence of iron. Now I could follow suit with the tin, but I think for the moment my priority needs to be on getting the copper and iron seeds. Now let's have a look at the recipes for those real quick. First, the copper seed requires 4 essence of copper. So I'm going to have to repeat that quest for the copper essence 3 more times just to get the copper seeds. And now how about the iron seeds? So that's 3 iron essence, a copper essence, 4 weak essence, and an essence seed. So the iron essence I have to complete 3 times. And I think I'm actually going to do that off camera. So next episode you'll see me coming back with enough materials to make the copper and iron seeds. And hopefully at least once around on the wheat farm, if not more.